Hi everyone, it's Dr. T, and I just wanted to come on again today and share a tribute to my Grammy Bernice. I realized as the day was going on that it's April 6th and it's my grandmother's birthday. And if she was still with us on Earth, she would have been 102 years old today. And there's so many reasons to acknowledge my Gram, not the least of which is that she is one of the most incredibly important role models in my life and the life of everyone in my family. It's really interesting the times that we're in right now because for my grandmother, she is a woman who had an amazing life, but her life was full of tragedy and one crisis after the other. And my grandmother taught me a lot. And one of the things that she taught me is that no matter what is happening, no matter how dark things are, no matter how difficult, and no matter how consistently a struggle can endure, that it's monumentally important to be celebrating life and to be focused on the things that are working for us. And I know that can be really, really hard to do when things are catastrophic and when we have a continual news feed of what is continually happening and we're in the midst of that struggle and we're in many ways the peak of that struggle. And as the granddaughter of a woman who truly endured and triumphed over one crisis after the other, that any one of them could have just taken her out and changed the whole trajectory of our family. And if that were to happen, I wouldn't even be here. And so I just really want to acknowledge my Grammy Bernice because she was a woman who had a very, very difficult upbringing. And her father was an alcoholic, a person who struggled with emotions and alcoholism, and who died when she was very young. She had a lot of difficulties in her childhood, but she was part of this amazing Irish family with all of these aunts and uncles, and who all took care of each other and who all were really committed to each other. And so she had this incredible, just Irish, like iron family constitution. And she was just this incredible, like, my Uncle Tom calls my gram like she was like a strong, tough broad. And the truth is that she was really a strong, bold, tough broad, who was also this incredible beauty, this Hollywood siren looking bombshell. She was just this gorgeous, sparkly human being. And she just lit up the room. She lit up life, and she always tried to bring so much sparkle and celebration to everything. And I know, and this is one of the things that she taught me, is that one of the greatest, most important emotional strategies, which is also a coping strategy, but more so it's an elevating strategy, is to, no matter what it is that's happening, no matter how unbelievable and incomprehensible something is, that celebrating life and celebrating what's there and who's there and what things are working and what benefits are happening, and doing everything that you can to find that and focus on that. And she would amplify that. She would take experiences, and she would just want to do any kind of event possible to bring our family together and make some sort of a celebration. And she took every single person's birthday and she just blew it up and amplified it. And she made everything just super sparkly and fun and amusing. And she was dealing with lots and lots of grief. She had so much loss, and the kind of grief that could just have you just say, there's nothing even worth going on for. And she just put this focus on her family, and she was raising her three sons, my dad and his two brothers, and everything was about the family. And no matter what happened, it was, we are family, and we go on together, and we are going to have a future together. And she did that in a way that just made everything feel better and feel brighter. And you believed her, and she was right. And then she put herself behind those actions, and she did it. She would make life better, and she would take actions that would move things forward. And she just knew how to make everything better and how to make people feel better. And she just knew how to really love. And she was super, super affectionate. And she loved to hug people all the time. And she just had this way about her. And ultimately, when I was a little kid, she was like my best friend. And I know when I was born, she had a whole nother level of things to celebrate. And she really celebrated. I was very fortunate. She doted on me and adored me, and made like every day possible in my life a wonderful celebration, and anything that she could do to just bring happiness to my life and happiness to people's life. This is what she did all of the time. And one of the things that I love about her most is that no matter what was happening, and the chips were down and the odds were against her, and what do they say, like, yeah, everything's stacked against her, um, and all of the reasons in the world that she could have to just wallow in struggle and wallow in self-pity. And she just instead decided to just make everything as beautiful as it could possibly be. And she decorated life in this amazing way. And she like, beautification was one of her most incredible talents. And whether it was a party or a beautiful outfit that she wore to an occasion that just really inspired everybody, she just brought all of this joy. And she would dress her sons up, and then later she would dress me up, and her other grandchildren. And she did that as a way to bring happiness, to us, to bring happiness to other people, like dressing her sons up and dressing me up. And she did that to bring happiness to people, including herself. And even though that could seem very, I don't know, frivolous or superficial, the more I look at this and the more I study this, the more I understand just how strategic that was. Because when the world feels dark and things feel dark, there's all these different ways to illuminate things and to brighten things up. And I just wanted to really take the time to acknowledge Graham, and Grammy is her other name, and really just thank her for all of the sparkle and the glitz and the glam and the fun and the joy and the celebrating of life in all the ways that she did it, because she made life just a one long string of infinite celebrations. And I also wanted to say, in case she's listening, and I think that she is, that I'm doing everything that I can to continue on during dark times that are really difficult for humanity, to carry on this important emotional capacity of celebrating, finding what it is that is working, finding what it is that is abundant, and finding anything that we can to just really appreciate and amplify its value, and amplify our lives and expand them, when everything is especially when everything feels like it's going in the opposite direction of that. So I'm going to also, at this moment, make another commitment to her and to everybody to keep doing that in life and for the rest of my life. I'm going to go all the way to the distance, every bit that I can, in illuminating people's lives and bringing them an emotional solution and an emotional elevation in their life so that they can brighten up everyone else's life as well, the way that my Graham did for all of us. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. I love you, Graham, and I'll see you on your next birthday.